from the cooler, great video shot by Michael Doomer, to the table. The brand new Steiny bottle from Miller Lite. Be a hometown hero. The official beer of your Pittsburgh Steelers. Absolutely love it. And after a long show, going to enjoy a cold one. And in the meantime, it's the show after the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Diolis, of course, Vantage Management Group, Diolis Law, and of course, Bob Dvorak of the Post-Gazette. It's all about baseball. I know the NFL is playing tonight. We'll get to that in a moment, but it really is. Cleveland, Terry Francona, first one since '48, and all over this evening at great bars in New Brighton to give them some love. Jimmy Klein's, Jimmy K's, Wooly Bully's, the Corner Grill, because of his hometown being New Brighton. They will be drinking Miller Lite and cheering on hometown hero Terry Francona. Boy, I'd love to see it happen.
Yeah, as would I. But neat story going on in Chicago this weekend with the bar owners in that area. You know, $300 cover charges for people to get into bars just to watch games outside there. I mean, it's really a neat story for people in Chicago, and it's even neater to see them losing those games while it's happening. You know, it's just a little bit of venom that, from Pittsburgh. And is it jealousy, sour grapes, whatever you want to call it? Yeah, it is, but it's nice to see Cleveland taking care of business in Chicago.
Well, that's not happening in his hometown of New Brighton. You get in, you get a seat, you get a drink, you get great food. As a matter of fact, the Corner Grill had Tito vodka and fine wine and spirits on an amazing price. Why? Because of Tito Francona and now his son Tito Jr. kind of getting into the festive mood by doing some specials.
You know, my Uncle Mark used to say, if your stomach's upset, drink a beer.
Absolutely.
And if it's still upset, drink another beer.
Matter of fact, my stomach's killing me right now, so I'm going to crack this right now.
Cleveland, City of Champions. Who would have thought it? It is an amazing story, and I don't know if anybody saw this coming the way it's unfolded, with a chance to clinch tonight in Wrigley. I mean, it would be phenomenal. Now that fourth game is the toughest to win, and you know, I think the pitching matchup tonight favors the Cubs, but there's nothing gone according to reason in this series so far, and I think Terry Francona has done an amazing job to manage that team to where it is.
Well, you make a good point. The pitching matchup favors the Cubs tonight, but truthfully, the pitching matchup has favored the Cubs every night. Yeah. So it's just a hard series to figure out that way. But man, to see the Indians putting up the number of runs that they put up has been really impressive.
Jake Arrieta was the only one of the Cubs pitchers who actually did deliver on what they thought he would do. They've completely gone against the grain, and especially, as Bruce Tanner said, the way he's been working magic out of the bullpen, it's been totally unconventional, but conventional enough that it makes sense to Terry Francona in Cleveland because they're up 3 games to 1.
And the tough thing for the Cubs, down 3-1, there's no margin for error. They can't afford to have a bad game or an off at bat. From now on, they've got to be right on their game, and you know, actually they haven't been. So some switch has to flip. But don't forget, even if it goes back to Cleveland, you've got Kluber sitting there on Game 7.
Corey Kluber.
How about that?
I know.
Filthiest stuff in Major League Baseball. He's got a slider or slurve or curve or whatever you want to call it. It's just baffling.
What I love seeing, though, is that people are really getting out and supporting Cleveland. You know, we have friends in Eastern Ohio, Cassidy Emanuel, Louis Bellino. Bob Duffy was down there a couple of weeks ago doing a little bit of a video blog. Big Cleveland contingent down there. You know, you got Dunham selling all the great gear. And I see what's happening at these social clubs like the Monaca SOI and P-Dubs in Monaca. People are really gathering to watch because of Terry Francona, but also Cleveland is a mirror image of Pittsburgh, and we're not in it, so why not support them? Because they are, and they really are, like we are. I mean, they're a hard-working, blue-collar town.
Beer drinking town.
That's my kind of town.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it is. The reason why people from Pittsburgh and Cleveland disagree so much is they're related. They're cousins. And there's nothing worse than a sibling rivalry. But, you know, to have a chance to win your first World Series since 1948. Who had a piece of
Bob
tape?
Hope.
Bob Hope.
And that to me, and he of course former amateur prize fighter Packy East, his family came from England, he grew up in Cleveland. I mean, think about how long it's been. And do you realize tonight Leicester is keeping their hopes alive They haven't won it since, what, 107 years ago, 1908, 108. Think about that, Bob.
I know.
And people are, kind of jumping down Bill Murray and Vince Vaughn a little bit, their throat, for them being so boisterous. But that would be like the Pirates going as long as they did. And we've only, 1979, the last one they won. So really...
And that's the longest stretch in franchise history at 36 years. So if you tripled that to 108, it would be impossible.
You don't think Michael Keaton, a.k.a. Michael Douglas, wouldn't be back in this town shouting Pittsburgh Pirate love if they were back in it? I mean, it's great theater, it's great drama, but you can't help but not really want and root for the Cleveland Indians. Even if you don't know anything about baseball, you got to root for Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're from Chicago, you're going to be.
I'm kind of talking about people around here.
Yeah, I'm with you there. One of the things that's kind of depressing or disappointing when you analyze what's going on in Pittsburgh, every team in the National League has been to a World Series since the Pirates last time they were in the World Series.
Oh, why'd you have to bring that up?
All right, come on, let's break it down because this is what we get paid for. Here's what I think. If Bauer can give them 6 innings, they win this thing. He keeps them close because the bullpen, we know with Andrew Miller can do it. He doesn't need any rest. The guy's like a bionic man. And I think they've got bats in Coco Crisp. They've got bats in Carlos Santana. Cuckoo for Coco Crisp. You do. By the way, that's an Al 6 here at Coombs Market. A little extra sugar really kind of get things jacked up for tonight.
I disagree with you. I think it's a 5-inning game. If he gives them 5 innings and Francona can turn it over to his pen and shorten that game as much as he's been able to do, because I don't think the Cubs have the middle relief to match what the Indians have. So, 5-inning game, we'll see what happens.
A good point on your part, Bob. But the scarier part is if Lester's on,
right.
Then that's a game that the Cubs are going to win. And then now, and baseball's not really a momentum sport. But if you can get it back to Cleveland, maybe the Cubs have another day. It kind of changes the whole perspective. Right now, it doesn't look very good for the Cubs, but one game changes all.
Jim Leland said there's momentum within a game, but not game to game in baseball. Momentum depends on your starting pitcher. So.
All right, we're not going to talk about anything else. Penguins won last night. Crosby, Malcolm each had 2 goals, and they're off till Wednesday against Anaheim, very early in the season. Panthers back in action. We found out the kickoff is 12:30 Saturday against Miami, coming off that loss to Virginia Tech. NASCAR today. Martin Truex Jr. is on the pole. They're in Martinsville. Steelers off until next week. Ben could be back, according to Jason Lockerbor from CBS Sports, behind center at M&T Bank Stadium. Only thing that really matters today is the World Series. Is it crucial that they win tonight, or does Cleveland still have the advantage? Because let's face it, even though you're going back to Cleveland, this is a juggernaut. They won over 100 games for a reason. They've got a great baseball team, Addison Russell. They've got a great baseball team. Some of the pitchers we talked about, Lester and Lackey and also Arrieta, and Rizzo at first base. Is this really their golden opportunity to finish the job tonight? If they don't, you kind of give the favorite momentum back to Chicago, even though they still have to win the final 2.
Yeah, as Bob brought up, you still have Kluber waiting in the wings. So that's your. Even if we lose, we still have that waiting for us down the road. So I don't think it's a must-win game by any stretch of the imagination. I kind of would like to see the Cubs win tonight, merely because I'd rather see Cleveland win it at home. I think it's more fun when a team wins the game in their home stadium. Everybody does great.
Can you imagine the hangover in Wrigley if they lost it at home, though?
We'll close on this note. Well, this is what it'll look like on every major sports channel, every news channel in Cleveland. Michael Doomer, get closer. This is what it looks like in Cleveland. Go Tribe! Yeah, the Tribe! We win! Yeah, Cleveland! Francona! That's what it's going to look like. And you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, any closing comments from...
I'd have a mixed drink, a beer and a bump.
You know what, every time you say that, I just envision myself at some coal mine gate in Uniontown with just a mouthful of coal dust, waiting to drink a cold Miller Lite.
With a Imperial Whiskey Chaser.
Oh, it's nothing better. Come on. Nothing but Old Crow. Smooth. Nice. And, hey, it's all good. Beer sales matter. And I've said this before, the greatest ballpark in America to have one of these, my bucket list, is in Miller Park. Because there is no beer that is more significant to America and the sports landscape than Miller beer. Because guess what? It's Miller time. Anything else before we go?
Let's go have a drink.
Let's go have a drink. You can actually have this because I'm driving. Have a great day, everybody.